Welcome back to Reading the Bible Together. I'm here with Pastor Matt, and I'm Autumn. I'm looking forward to reading John 16 together. Just remember, put your comments in the bottom and definitely email us if you have any questions. We love to interact and,
For sure.
and have that conversation going. So let's start out, man.
Yeah, chapter 16. Jesus said, I've said all these things to you to keep you from falling away. Mm-hmm. They will put you out of the synagogues. Indeed, the hour is coming when whoever kills you will think he's offering service to God. And they will do these things because they've not known the Father nor me. But I have said these things to you, that when their hour comes, you may remember that I told them to you. Mm-hmm. I did not say these things to you from the beginning because I was with you. But now I'm going to him who sent me. And none of you asked me, where are you going? But because I've said these things to you, sorrow has filled your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It's to your advantage that I go away. For if I do not go away, the Helper will not come to you. But if I do go away, I will send him to you. And when he comes, he will convict the world concerning sin and righteousness and judgment. Concerning sin, because they do not believe in me. Concerning righteousness, because I go to the Father, and you will no longer see me. Concerning judgment, because the ruler of this world is judged. I still have so many things to say to you, but you cannot bear them now. When the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all truth. For he will not speak on his own authority, but whatever he hears, he will speak. And he will declare to you the things that are to come. And he will glorify me, for he will take what is mine and declare it to you. All that the Father has is mine. Therefore, I said that he will take what is mine and declare it to you.
Jesus went on to say, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me. At this, some of the disciples said to one another, what does he mean by saying, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me? And because I am going to the Father. They kept asking, what does he mean by a little while? We don't understand what he is saying. Jesus saw that they wanted to ask him about this, so he said to them, are you asking one another what I meant when I said, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me? Very truly, I tell you, you will weep and mourn while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come, but when her baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy that a child is born into the world. So with you, now is your time of grief, but I will see you again, and you will rejoice, and no one will take away your joy. In that day you will no longer ask me anything. Very truly I tell you, my Father will give you whatever you ask in my name. Until now you have not asked for anything in my name. Ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete.
And I've said these things to you in figures of speech. The hour is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figures of speech, but will tell you plainly about the Father. In that day you will ask in my name, and I do not say to you that I will ask the Father on your behalf, for the Father himself loves you, because you've loved me, and have believed that I came from God. And I came from the Father, and have come into the world. And now I am leaving the world and going to the Father. His disciples said, now you're speaking plainly and not using figurative speech. Now we know that you know all things and do not need anyone to question you. This is why we believe that you came from God. And Jesus answered them, do you now believe? Behold, the hour is coming. Indeed, it has come, when you will be scattered, each to his own home, and you will leave me alone. Yet I am not alone, for the Father is with me. I've said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I've overcome the world.
That's great. Mm-hmm. The suffering and the confusion of the disciples, yeah. Right? And another betrayal, because the friends will abandon him.
Yeah.
And this time it's not the betrayal of an enemy, it's a betrayal of a friend.
Yeah.
So just that awareness. But he says he's not alone because the Father is with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that's huge. And even just knowing like Jesus is aware of what's coming, not only for himself, but also for them, right? The deep grief the deep pain that they're going to experience. I think, like, as I look at it, I'm on the other side of Easter, right? So I'm blessed. I never had to experience Saturday, right? That Holy Saturday of truly lamenting the death of Jesus in a way that I wouldn't have thought he was coming back, right? Like, because none of them really did. They didn't understand what he had told them multiple times, clearly and plainly. And so they're sitting in that Saturday grief and misery. But Jesus is promising them, even then, like, your sorrow will turn to joy.
And yet I think we do experience Saturdays, even though we didn't experience that Saturday. So how good is it that when we fellowship with Jesus in his sufferings, or we sit like the disciples asking the question when the prayer didn't go, or the situation didn't go the way we wanted it to know there's going to be a Sunday. And there's going to be hope, and there's going to be restoration. And that's where he talks about there's one day that no one will take away our joy. And that day is the day we look forward to, when all things are made new and restored to better than they ever were. It's good news.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And then I think, just to build on that too, right? Like, so when we're in the midst of our suffering, it's our whole world, right? Like, it's everything. And whether we're suffering in our own selves, or we're suffering on behalf of someone else that we love, a parent, a sibling, or a child, like, to hear in Scripture those words like, your present suffering is not worth comparing to the future glory. Sometimes that's like really hard for me to even say out loud, or even to try to internalize, because it is so big in the midst of the moment that you're so sad, you're grieving so hard. But like you said, like, there is that day, that promise where every tear is going to be wiped away, where there is no more suffering or mourning, because God had made these things new.
And he doesn't want us to isolate ourselves from that suffering. I think we are supposed to fellowship in it. And that is what makes us love the way he loves. But to have that suffering with hope, right? Because it would be sort of psychotic and not healthy to not suffer with our loved ones. But definitely to have the hope that it is a light and momentary. That doesn't make sense. But that means that it's going to be a blink of an eye, because a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. So, all of it is so interesting. And to give us that hope that it's going to be fixed one day. If I didn't have that in the suffering, so, right, your question at Alpha, that was a big question, wasn't it?
It is. It's huge.
The question somebody asked was like,
why do bad things happen to good people, and why does God, a good God, allow suffering in his world?
Right.
So
and Christians don't have a good answer to that.
Not like solves the problem question, right?
But we have a better answer than anybody else.
Because
we have that one day it's going to be fixed.
Yeah.
But no, it's not nothing's emotionally satisfying for why a child hurts, or why there's abuse or human trafficking or any of that. It's because it's not what God wants. So the good news, he doesn't want it, and one day it's going to come to an end. That's the good news. All right.
So what are you going to do today?
What am I going to do today? What else am I going to do? We talked about so many things.
There are a lot of good things going on.
I know.
But we've stolen those things.
What else? I'm planning for summer. So I'm putting more into Planning Center, which is our way of organizing things. So I have to finish off putting in our summer play dates, which is the park days that we're going to be meeting up for.
Love that. I think I'm gonna just talk with some of those people I know, who are in the midst of maybe these moments, right? These moments of suffering. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday I met in the chamber, and he's dealing with pain and loss right now, and kind of shocking and surprising. And so kind of reaching out to those people, maybe extending a text message to say, hey, I'm thinking about you today. I love you today. And just letting God work within the midst of those relationships.
Absolutely.
But what about you guys? Like, what are you going to do? This is a kind of a heavy chapter. So if there are questions that you've got, or if there are things that we didn't talk about that you want to, let us know in the comments, and we'd love to keep that conversation going as we're reading the Bible together.
Yeah. And we'll see you tomorrow.